Hello, dynamic stars. How are you? We are back with a pick a card, but a yes no pick a card. We're going to do a very simple, easy one. I think we're going to do 6 piles today, and how we're going to do it is we're going to use the Lenormand, Enchanted Lenormand deck, and going to use the energy deck. This is the only deck that I use that really does in a reverse position, upside down, however you want to say it. But I like this deck because it gives a lot of dimension, angels, as well as regular 3D world thoughts, responses. And I'm not choosing the question, you're choosing the question because it's your yes, no. But I'm going to have a card so that I'm going to do the yes, no with the Lenormand. And then I'll have the one card for additional color. We'll have no idea what your question is, but I am shuffling into the card the intention that the energy, the thought, something in the card that is pulled, the energy card that is pulled for the pile that you choose will speak to your situation and to your question. That you will gain some insight, whoever is watching this, whenever you're watching this, because this is a timeless reading, that you will gain something from it. So let's go ahead and just pull several cards. Can you see all of these? And let's see, a couple more shuffles. And yes, we'll do 8 piles. Okay, and no, I like that one better. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll do 8. We'll go with that. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So, pile 1, Zebra Agate. Pile 2, Amethyst. Pile 3, Moonstone. Pile 4, Shungite. Pile 5, Carnelian. Pile 6, this is Vesuvianite. Pile 7, this is Black Tourmaline. Pile 8, that is the Flourite. For those of you who chose pile 1, the zebra, we're first going to do our yes, no. Whatever your question is, let us shuffle the deck. This is the Lenormand Enchanted deck. How we do this is there's a special card in this deck. And we have to see where that special card is. It's called the Diviner card. And what is surrounding the Diviner card. Because this particular card, as you see, has playing cards on it. So if we have 2 reds, it's a yes. If we have 2 blacks, it's a no. 1 red, 1 black, it is maybe, actually. So for deck 1, there's the Diviner. There's the Diviner. And as you can see, red, black. Yours is actually a maybe. So let's look at our energy card. You have patience in its upright position. So, of course, you need to have patience with this situation. I mean, the very fact that you got maybe automatically says you have to have patience. More is going to be revealed to you. You have to understand that things are not always as they seem. Sometimes you have to kind of just wait, hold on, let things develop. And then I'm seeing a scratching. So it's like you take your finger and scratch off just that top layer. So maybe you might need to do a little digging. Maybe you have to look under the surface a little bit as you're quote unquote waiting quietly on the side. Not everybody needs to know. This is something that you do off to the side by yourself without anybody knowing about it. That's what you're going to have to do for this situation. That's a maybe. Upright, this card shows a beautiful angel holding a clock in the stillness of winter. Her quiet, peaceful energy is telling you that it's time to release the old urgency and to look at things with a much clearer perspective. When this card is upright, it's telling you to relax, let go of the single-minded desperation that's been driving you. Don't try and force your will on only one option. When you think there's only one solution to satisfy your need or to make you happy, you are blocking many other potential solutions from coming your way. Let go of anxiety and be flexible. Okay? So, good luck with your situation, number ones. And now we're going to go on to number two. Thank you so much for stopping by my video. Please do check out some of my other videos. I have quite a few pick a card readings. I also have a couple of spiritual videos and one about joss paper and burning money for the ancestors. So please take a look and hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye. For those of you who chose deck 2, the Amethyst, we're going to give this deck a nice shuffle because we are using the same Lenormand Enchanted deck for all of them because this is what's going to give us our yes, no. Okay, this deck will also give us a maybe. So think of your question, get nice and calm, take a few deep breaths, and go with that question. All right. Okay, now we're going to go looking for that card. You're looking for the Diviner card. The Diviner card will let us know what's what. It's a special card in this particular deck. If it has 2 to the right, 2 on each side, red, that means yes. If it's 2 black, it means no. And there we go. So this is 2 reds. You can see it right there. Red, red. So your answer is a yes. So let us look at your energy card. Yours is victory in the reverse. Victory in the reverse. That is number 28. And that is the victory card. Reverse signals a delay or a reversal in a hoped for outcome, whether it's in personal change or external achievement. Success may have been eluding you for some time, but don't despair. You may need to restructure things, reevaluate, or release one specific outcomes and set your sights on another. Whatever's going on externally, remember that the equanimity of peaceful surrender can often be your biggest victory of all. So whatever your question is, yes, the answer is yes. However, it's not the victory maybe that you wanted. It could be a yes to what your intuition was trying to tell you, but you didn't want that. So the powers that be are showing you, here it is. You're going to have to move a different kind of way. Your will, your way is not the only way in this situation. Take a step back, kind of release a little bit, but you were right. you were right. The answer is yes, you were on target, or an aspect of you was right. So whatever this is for you, go ahead, but you're going to have to do a little of reevaluation and figure out how you want to move forward, or even if you want to move forward. Well, good luck to you, those of you who chose the amethyst. Please do visit some of my other videos. Thank you for coming by. Please do like, share, and subscribe, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Okay, for those of you who chose number 3, the Moonstone. Okay, let us shuffle the Enchanted Lenormand. Lenormand. This is a deck, a French deck, made famous by the tarot reader, the Cartomancier, who, I guess, counseled Napoleon's wife. This is a deck that they added some extra cards to. This deck actually has a little diversity added to it, a little gender fluidity, because we have 2 male cards, 2 female cards, and they're of different shades. You could say 1 light and 1 dark. And then we added the diviner card, or the diviner card was added to allow you flexibility in your questioning. Now, we are looking for that diviner card because on one side or the other, on both sides, there's going to be a card. And if the cards on either side are 2 reds, your answer is yes. If they are 2 blacks, it's a no. And if 1 red, 1 black, it's a maybe. Here's the diviner card. For those of you who chose deck 3, your answer is a maybe. 1 red, 1 black. Maybe. Let's look at your energy card. In reverse, you have action. So this card are the horses. In upright position, that's what it looks like. But this came reversed. So the action might be stalled. You might be wanting to push forward, to run, run, go, go. But in reverse, it might not be so great. Action is the accelerant that ignites your desires. But when this card is reversed, you may find that something is missing in your determination or your follow through. Perhaps you've been engaging in more wishful thinking than in any consistent effort. Or perhaps you need to make some adjustments in what you're paying attention to. Create a structured plan, then make sure you take daily action. All right? So just to tell you again, you got a maybe. So whatever it is you're working on, structure is definitely a part of it. The action to move forward, like 2 horses, like these race horses, they want to go. Their action is now stalled. It's delayed. So what is it that's stalling you? What is it that's stopping you? Is it, as this particular card's reading says, is it, you need a structure, you need a plan? Or is it more so you need the expert guidance? Because that's how I'm feeling like there's some additional piece of information, some knowledge that is pivotal to what you're working on that is not answered, which is kind of what has you at a stalemate. So instead of just staying at the stalemate, why don't you try and dig and find that expert? Let your forward motion be in finding the answer, finding the expert, finding the information. If you have to travel for it and you can't travel for it, see if somebody else can go on your behalf. See if there's another way to get to that information. In our world, distance can be covered in a matter of seconds with all types of technology. See if maybe that's a bridge to doing what it is you need to do so that you can, again, push forward. Because once you put that missing piece in, maybe that'll be the gas that you need to go. All right. Hope this has been helpful for you. Please do like, share, and subscribe, and check out some of my other videos. I do have quite a few pick a card readings. Thank you so much, and hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye. And I just want to give it a nice shuffle to release the energy from the last reading and start fresh and clean again. And because I kind of did that weird thing, I'm going to spray a little bit of my sweet mint. Clear the air, clear the deck, clear me. All right, let's look for the diviner card. Where is she? What is she going to tell us? Is it a yes? Is it a no? Is it a maybe? For those who chose the Shungite, there we go. There's our diviner. All right. Yours is a maybe. Red, black. Now I see how I'm doing it. Turned it the wrong way. Ha-ha. Energy card. In reverse, door to value. Door to value. I love this card. This is a beautiful card. I want to just give that to you. This signifies a partial or perhaps even potentially complete closing of the door. The hoped for new opportunity where money or career is concerned may be delayed or possibly even derailed. Don't be disheartened, however. This card reverse reminds you not to put all of your eggs in one basket. Diversify your interests and efforts and let your intuition guide you to the next open doorway. In the meantime, open your heart and your mind and the other sources of value in your life. Money is a commodity, but so are time, tranquility, and love. Choose to open the doors of those wonderful experiences and find the real value there. So you got a maybe. And then we have this card, and it's upright. It's a beautiful thing. It means everything is opening up for you. But in this reverse position, it's not completely closed, but it is closing. So with your maybe and with this closing, part of what you need to look for is to get more info. And it's very interesting that the diviner card has the star next to it and then the bear. When I look at this, I'm thinking here, you're going to need to use the things that star relate to. You could automatically go to the internet because a 3D reality of the star is anything online, social media. Maybe you need to bump up your social media. Maybe you need to look at your social media presence. What's going on with it? Is it unified? Do you have a brand going? And then with this bear here, the bear could be domineering mother. I'm thinking more of, since we're in here, you have to be bearish about your presence online, making sure that everything is good. Or if it's not online, just your presence out in the world, whatever project, whatever your question is, what do you look like out there to the world? Maybe you need to look at that, and maybe that's why it's a maybe. Maybe that's why doors are closing, because you're not presenting something that is acceptable to those that you would want their approval of, to get their business, to get their love, to get their energy, to get their investment, whatever it is that you're trying to do. Look and check first to see what's going on. Or if we're not going on the business side, if we're not in the 3D world, star could also relate to your true north. What is your life path? What is your journey? Where are you going? What is happening? And if that is not really what you're on to, if you're not on that path, then you need to be bearish about getting back on that path and really figuring it out so that door doesn't close. But also, if none of this works for you, if none of that makes sense for you, then maybe what you're trying to do is not of your path, is not part of what you're supposed to do. And that's why the door is closing. And maybe you need to let the door close. So depends upon what your question is. Take these thoughts, these ideas, and see how that relates, and really look and see what your situation, so you can work on it and fix it. Maybe a lot of meditation is something that you need, or quiet reflection time if meditation is just not your thing. Go out for a jog, try and, maybe do some gardening, anything that calms and relaxes your mind, but maybe have your body in motion. Wash dishes, clean the house, do some sweeping, mow the lawn. I mean, whatever it is where the mind is quiet but the body is going. So this way you can get that inner reflection time so that you can kind of hear your own thoughts and hear what your inner self, maybe your inner child even, is trying to tell you. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and good luck with your project. And please do visit my channel again. Like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate everything. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, bye-bye. Okay, for those of you who chose deck 5, the Carnelian, let us shuffle the Enchanted Lenormand to get your yes or no. This is a deck, not this particular one, but the Lenormand deck came into my life, gosh, over 20 years ago, and I had no idea what this deck was. I just saw it, I think, at like a flea market, thrift market type thing in Park Slope years ago, and I picked it up and I held on to it. And I've always wanted to chuck those cards, and I never ever could. I finally picked them up last year, fell in love with them, but I didn't like that particular version. And then I found this, the Enchanted Lenormand deck. Fell in love head over heels, so I use it a lot. Let me see, it's a little bit dog-eared, Anyway, I'm using this to find the Diviner card. It's a special card in this particular deck series, and we're going to look for whatever cards are on the other sides, flanking the Diviner card, and that will give us our yes or no. So if it's 2 reds, it's a yes. If it's 2 blacks, it's a no. 1 red, 1 black, it is a maybe. There goes our Diviner card. And it is a no. 2 blacks. See? All right, I'm gonna hold this here. Let's look at our energy card. We have attachment, okay? So with attachment, that is number 5. We have, this card reveals that your passage forward is being stopped by strong attachment to old patterns or people from the past. The chain at your waist is bolted to the fear from the past or desperation about the future. Although you may wear the mask of pretense or even contentment, you simply can't seem to go forward. The stuff that's keeping you stuck could be physical addictions, emotional patterns, or even old relationships. Are you living in fear, addicted to old unhealthy habits, or so desperate about the future that you can't be happy now? If so, the chains that bind you could be of your own making. This card is telling you that it's time to take action, that you need to break out of your chains and move forward to an open, free, and healthy, authentically happy life. Okay, so that is no, and this here, you already hear, it's time to cut the cords. And what's very interesting is you received the broom and the letter. With this broom here, sweeping, 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 moving things out of the way. You could also say it's, again, the same thing that this card is saying. Repetitive action. You're doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. Maybe what you could do to break the attachment is to write yourself a letter, or write the letter to whomever or the persons that are most attached to you, and then burn these letters or bury them or tear them up, stick them into a jar, and maybe go out in your car, on your bike, and just release all these little itty bitty pieces of paper like confetti on the wind and just release all of that madness, all of the issues, so that you can cut some of this attachment. This is something that you need to do in order for you to move forward, for you to break free. Because before you can break free of the situation, you have to break free in your mind, as the card is saying. And there is something, anything that you can do to stop it, and that will help you. I mean, just even if you say, I cut this, attachment, I cut this cord, I cut the negative aspects of this relationship. You don't have to cut the person, because if it's a family member, it's a little hard. But you can cut the negative aspects that are making it difficult to move forward in the situation. So while you have a no, there's a lot of other work that needs to be done in order to move forward in whatever it is that you asked. And maybe what you've asked right now, that's a no because of the attachments. So look and see what it is that the situation is. I do hope this helped you in some way. Please do like, share, and subscribe. And please check out some of my other videos. I have quite a few pick a card readings. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. For those of you who chose the Vesuvianite, let us go and check. Is yours a yes or a no? Let us see, let us see, let us see. I am using the Enchanted Lenormand. This is a deck that I absolutely adore because it has playing cards, so you can divine with the playing cards. You can use the images on the card. It is part of a Lenormand system, so you can use a number of different other reading styles to work with this. But one of the most fun aspects is using the playing cards, and this is what we're going to use today to get our yes or no. If there's a special card in this deck called the Diviner, and we will see which cards are flanking that, and that will give us our yes or no. Oh, there it is, right there. Okay, so I'm going to turn her like that, turn her like that. Your answer is a maybe. There's the Diviner there, got a black here, and a red there, so maybe. Let's put this down. Let's see what you have. You have Door to Romance, but in its reverse. So, not too happy about that right this second for you, because you already have the maybe, and now we have Door to Romance in reverse. So what that's saying is, of course, there's a delay or disappointment where love is concerned. In a present relationship, it could also be a sign of distance or separation. For some, the door to love may seem to have been shut for a long time, but the energetic universe is always in a state of flow or flux. Knowing this, you can work on making changes in your daily life that will bring more love into your experience. Remember to make yourself and your own happiness a priority. In its upright state, this card is saying that the universe has already set the stage, has already prepped. The energy is out there, and all you have to do is step into the energy. That's in its positive state. Because it's in its reverse state, right now, I guess you could say the stage is set for things to not go so well. So with your answer being a maybe, it's time to kind of hold back. It's time to maybe check your priorities, because possibly the reason why the universe is kind of pulling back from this situation, from you with love, is because maybe your priority has been the other person, instead of making sure there's a give and take between you and the person, making sure that you're nurturing yourself, that you're loving yourself. Because sometimes when you're out of balance, the universe tries to balance, and by making a rift in the situation, that now gives you the free time or extra time so that you can self-nurture, self-love, take care of your needs, make yourself a priority, because sometimes we get lost in the other person, and once we get lost, things can happen. And that could be one of the reasons why you have this reading and why your answer is a maybe right now. We can look at the Lenormand cards. We see a snake and we see moon. And when we see the snake, we always say, it could be a woman involved here. It could be a third party kind of a thing. Woman, man, doesn't matter. Gender fluid, doesn't matter. There's a third party. Could be, possibly, once that snake shows up. And with the moon, it could be how you're seeing your vocation, things happening out there. But I would say with this situation, it is maybe this third party is beginning to get a clue about you, and you're getting a clue about them, and so on and so forth. It could be something like this. And this is why time for some self-love, because maybe this third party snuck in there because the balance was missed. You're out of balance, the relationship's out of balance, so your partner is looking for something else. So this is a grand time to take a look, to reevaluate, see what's happening, see what's going on, so that you can help yourself, because this is really about you being on top of you and knowing what's best for you. No matter how this looks right now, this is the universe asking you to love yourself first. And then what is best then? What happens then after you have that self-love? Because the answers might be completely, evidentiary. You will be able to see it very clearly. But because you're not looking at it from the correct perspective, this is why we might have this disconnect at this moment. I hope this reading helped you, and thank you for checking out my video. Please do like, share, and subscribe, and check out some of my other videos. Thank you so much. I have quite a few pick card readings. Bye-bye. Thank you. For those of you who chose deck 7, the Black Tourmaline, we are going to shuffle and get your yes, no, or possibly maybe, because this particular deck that I am using, it is the Enchanted Lenormand. It has a special card that's in there, diviner card, and there's a playing card on each card, and we're looking for the pips. That's what they call them, the pips. And if we have 2 reds, it's a yes. If we have 2 blacks, it's a no. If we have a red and a black, it is a maybe. So let us see what we get for you. All right, where are you? Checking. Where are you? Oh, there we go. Okay. And your answer is a no. You got 2 blacks. Very interesting. So let's look at your card. That is a no. And we have second chakra, Archangel Ariel in reverse. So, when this card is reversed, you may find that your creativity is blocked. If this is the case, you might need to take more risks and open up to new and different ideas. Go inward and find the feelings that may be causing this blockage. Call upon Ariel to help you release old fears and self-limitations. Affirm that you are open to Spirit's love and creative inspiration. This card reverse can also signal problems with intimacy of all kinds and issues of sexual intimacy. In particular, Visualize Ariel spinning a beautiful light in your second chakra, calming and healing the energy there. Know that real closeness can be both safe and comfortable for you, and that you deserve a depth of sharing in your relationships. Okay? So this is in its upright position. Okay? And that's how you have it here. And it's reversed. So, if we look here, your answer is no. If we just take a quick look, we have ship and ring. Given what this reading is telling us regarding intimacy and maybe there could be a disconnect or a problem with it, ship is a journey. Ship is, going someplace, a travel. And then there's ring, commitment. So we're moving away from commitment. Why? Is it because of this intimacy issue? Is it because there are issues of fear and insecurity? What's going on? Because the answer is no, but there's always a reason why. There's always a modus operandi behind the answers that we get from spirit. Cleansing and clearing sounds like what needs to happen for those of you who chose this deck. Of course, it's no surprise that we have the black Tourmaline, which absorbs negative energies, negativity. It's great for helping with depression, grounding. All of these things sound like something that you need to help you, because this sounds like a bigger question than whatever it is that you asked. This sounds like your energy is low for whatever reason, and you need to bring up your energies and release old fears, release old insecurities, because that's stopping whatever commitment that could be there waiting for you, that may have been offered and then pulled back, and you knew, but you also may have opportunities that you didn't know about that were pulled back because of what is being seen in you. Take some time, reevaluate, see if this reading in any way resonates with you at all. And just see what you can do, what changes you can make. If you need to talk to somebody about certain concerns that you may be having, or reoccurring nightmares, or possibly even, I want to say waking nightmares, but that's something different. When you're wide awake and you see certain things that play out in your mind over and over again, it's definitely time to talk to somebody, because that is just some deep-rooted fear that came up when you were a child, or maybe a very traumatic experience even as you got older. PTSD, these things happen. Get some help, talk to someone, because it's holding you back from moving forward in many areas of your life, I am sure. Because commitment can be, of course, in a relationship. It could be in a career. It can be in a job. It could be at school. I mean, this can go everywhere. All right? So please get some advice. Talk to someone, and let me know how it goes. Okay? Thank you so much for coming in and tuning into my channel. I do hope you enjoyed this reading, that it gave you some insight, and I hope that you'll visit my channel again soon. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hey, for those of you who chose Deck 8, the Flourite, let us shuffle the deck. This is the Enchanted Lenormand. This is the deck that I'm using to get our yes, no, or maybe for whatever question that you have. And then I'm just pulling the one energy card to give a little bit of clarity. Hopefully it speaks to your question or your situation in some way. One more shuffle. I just want to make sure I get a good shuffle to clear out the energy from the last reading. One last good shuffle here. Okay, let's look for the lovely diviner card, because whatever is flanking her will give us our answer. 2 reds is yes, 2 blacks is a no, and 1 red, 1 black is a maybe. So let's see what you have for those of you who chose the last deck, the Flourite. Ah, there we go. And yours is a maybe. Red. Oops. Black. All right. Let's look at the energy card. And that is Angel of Balance in reverse. Oh, this is a beautiful, beautiful card in its upright position. In its reverse position, yep, we don't have balance. Things are not exactly the way they need to be. The Angel of Balance comes with a loving warning that something may be seriously out of proportion in your life. It could be an important emotional component, such as lack of self-acceptance or self-care. Remember that when you put yourself last, the universe will do likewise. Receiving this card reverse can oftentimes be a warning of lost energy, calling you to relax more, sleep more, or even just drink more water. Investigate how you may be out of balance in your time and energy regarding the externals and internals of your life. Okay, so work on that. And you have maybe. And if we just want to look at the Lenormand cards, that is the garden, and that is little clover, so a little bit of luck. So you're out of balance, but maybe you can get a little luck out in the world or out in your circle, in your arena, okay? By getting yourself together a bit. You know, maybe you join a raffle to win a spa day. Maybe you'll get a little bit of luck and you'll get that spa day, a little rest, a little relaxation. Some little thing that can kickstart you to get you on the road to balance. So if there's any kind of little raffle, or maybe a good friend is like, gosh, you know, I have this extra ticket. You want to go to Spa Castle? You want to go, you know, to the Salt Cave? You want to, you know, go. Because that's the universe going, hey, we're giving you some help here. Take it, quick, you know? So whatever you see that's out there, you know, enter it, join it. You never know. You might have that little bit of luck and you get that little leg up that you need. You might win a month's worth of water. You might walk down the street and they're giving away a brand new water type. So maybe some coconut water. A brand that you've never heard of, something that they're, you know, marketing or something, and they give you like, you know, 8-10 bottles because it's the end of the day, or it's the beginning of the day, or it's going slow, it's lunchtime, whatever it is. You got a little bit of luck because here you go. So whatever it is that you've asked for, this answer is maybe. Rest up, re-energize, refocus. Make sure you're taking care of yourself, and then revisit the situation, because you're just tired right now. Maybe you're just burnt out. You just finished a project and it was a doozy. Woosah. Get it together and then have at it again. But right now, it's a maybe. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Enjoy the rest of this lovely weekend. Thank you for stopping by and checking out this video. And I wish you all of the best. Please do like, share, and subscribe. And thank you. I appreciate you and hope to see you again. Bye-bye.